Hello people, welcome to day 2 of kimchi making. In fact, I have made some shortcuts so I don't bore you with boring stuff. As you know, we have soaked the kimchi yesterday, the cabbage, Napa cabbage, in salt and water. And then the next step would be to drain it. So I have done that. I was originally planning to drain it with you, but then it's kind of not really much content, right? So you need to drain it. It's really floppy now. Hold on, I'll show you how floppy it is. And you want it floppy. You see, you can go now between the leaves and stuff the stuffing, dressing, or whatever you want to call it. So that's done. In big quantities, you would probably, that will be the second day. So we're now kind of the step 3, right? Drained, salted, and I tried it. It's nice. Salty, not too salty, like if you would make a salad and eat it, that kind of salty. So I need to be careful not to add too much salt. Now here, can you see it? These are the ingredients for the dressing. How shall I say, there's no recipe, there's no one recipe. It's combined from various documentaries, as I said yesterday, and recipes. So what is here is daikon. I already chopped it because that would be too long to chop it up live. It's one big daikon radish, right? Those white ones. So I'm going to put it in a big bowl here. Then the next thing is 6 spring onions, chopped in this kind of size, this kind of pieces. I showed yesterday's video to my daughter and she said 2 things, Mummy. Make at least 1 joke and mention me. Her. I did mention her yesterday, but so she said, oh, you did mention me. Right, so now the other things that go in this time, didn't go in last time, is this Korean pear. I found one recipe that said only 1/4 of a pear, so yesterday I said I'm going to put 2, but I thought, maybe I should put I put a half, like that, because the broth we made yesterday is quite sweet, so I thought that would be enough. Now I'm putting juju, the Chinese dates. I didn't manage to chop them in strips because I soaked them a little, but they're still very squishy, very hard to chop. So I'm just gonna wing it by chopping it down in half and adding. Then the next thing, very important, is garlic and ginger. I have made a shortcut as usual. I have minced the garlic in a little kind of mini food processor with a little bit of this pumpkin broth that we made yesterday, so that it minces, but it's not too fine. It's kind of pieces, like probably less fine than you would get with the garlic press. So 2 tablespoons approximately for 1 cabbage. So I'm gonna just chuck 2, and I've got 2 cabbages. I'm gonna chuck all of it in. That, in my mind, is 2 tablespoons, or 4. I wanted 4. Now ginger, I did the same with a little bit of broth. You see how it's kind of, I'm pouring it everywhere. So I'm gonna do the same. Really heaped teaspoons, which translate in my world to tablespoons. And now to wipe my hands, and I need to put gloves on because, and I think I probably should take Fitbit off as well. The Korean pepper, which is the most important ingredient in kimchi, It's called gochujaro, and it's not very spicy, so the amount we would put is probably a cup or even more. But it does result in a rash if you massage cabbage with it for too long. So that's why gloves are important. Last time I had long gloves on and but I got so passionate about massaging that I still got a rash here. So now we have this kind of dryish mix. I'm gonna get in with the gochujaro, and it's a cup. And now we need to mix. And people say, yeah, it's good to let it sit. Ah, it's already biting me. Let it sit for half an hour or an hour so that the flavors develop. But hey, I mean, we're not going to sit here for half an hour or do another live video in half an hour. So I'm going to develop the flavors by massaging this vigorously. Obviously, we have daikon matchstick kind of things and spring onions, and they're stiff. So if you let it sit, then they will soften, and then it will be easier to stick them in between the leaves of the cabbage. But if you don't have time, I will probably will let it sit anyway. So I will do like an example couple of stuffing for you, and then I'll let the rest sit a bit longer. So now by looking at this color and smelling, I'm thinking that I would actually maybe add a little more red pepper, because it's nice when it's very red. And I will also add this pumpkin stock, of course, which turned out really, really nice. Gingery, spicy, sweet, so not overly sweet, nice kind of vegetable sweetness that comes from pumpkin, and some of this fruity sweetness from dates and pears. So now that I added liquid, you can see it's kind of taking its shape, consistency, and it is getting quite red in color. So very often in coastal regions, as I said yesterday, people use prawns, fish sauce, freshly cooked fish, oysters, fermented prawns or raw prawns. However, in monasteries where they follow vegan lifestyle, they don't use any fish. And also in inland regions of Korea, they sometimes prefer using only soy sauce for salt and seasoning. So now this is really becoming a paste. You see this kind of consistency? It's becoming something spreadable. Now I'm gonna taste it, and for salt, there's no salt in it, but but it's spicy. I didn't think this through, right? Now I need to open a bottle of fish sauce. Okay, I'm just gonna do that anyway. And of course I didn't open it before, so it's completely locked. And now it is open. And I'm going to put, really, such a small hole, seriously. Okay, sorry, that is a bit boring. I'm just going to do like this. There is quite a lot of salt still in cabbage leaves. Okay, let's see how that works. The bottle is a mess now, but no worries, I can wash it, right? I can wash it. So this is the messy part, and quite satisfying, squishing things around. Now I'm going to taste it for salt, because fish. Okay, this is great. This is just the right combination combination of sweet from the broth and spicy and salty from the fish sauce. Now to this stuffing. This is quite cool. I love doing that. So that's our thing. And that's our cabbage and cup. And we have this pot here that I showed yesterday. So what you do with the cabbage is that you need to, remember I promised you they're going to become like squid. Ooh, there is some salt here which didn't wash off. So you need to open the cabbage. And then you basically put the stuffing in. You can't see that. Wait, how do I do that? I'm gonna put that to the side. Okay, so can you see that? You can see the cabbage now, right? So you need to massage the leaves kind of generously, and also massage the paste in. So you're stuffing, and not overstuffing, but making sure you massage. This one is a small quart. If there are bigger leaves, you can wrap them around like this in a tight. You need a massage. Don't ask me to do massage with this pepper. You will be very invigorated. So this kind of packages, right? This is how they go in the pot. Tightly packed little parcels. Let's see if I got a better specimen. Here's a nice one, a big one. So I open the leaves. I take some of the paste, press it in, and I massage the leaves. And I open another one, massage the leaves. Doesn't matter if there's like less stuffing somewhere and more stuffing somewhere else. Here we have some kind of orphan bits. Doesn't matter. But I think what it does when you leave the leaves whole, so quarters, right? Not whole, but quarters. Then when you are making such an epic mess here, is that when you pack it tightly, it's like, it's binding itself to itself, and the pressure, the leaves naturally close together. So now we have this little, another parcel, massaging into the ends, and you can just slap these things everywhere. And it doesn't matter if it falls down or not. Put it in, and then the weight of the next cabbage will weigh this down as well. Some of this stuffing from the board here. Yeah, and so that's how it goes. Now I'm going to take the gloves off so I can tell you something else. I was re-watching the documentary yesterday. There are several episodes, and one of them is with the monks, where I was reminded about the vegetarian option, the vegan option of the kimchi. And there was this monk who was speaking. And I wrote down what he said because I just found it so lovely and inspiring. So Gimjang is the season of making kimchi, or the process, the culture of making kimchi. Gimjang in temples is not just for consumption, but it's a way of reminding ourselves of our pursuit of enlightenment. Similarly, at homes, kimchi is made to improve families' health. Gimjang isn't about an individual self. It's about making food that will improve health around the world. Right? Amazing. And I think about making medicine, making something traditional, keeping this culture alive, even though I'm not Korean, but I also keep Ukrainian culture alive. I just find this is such an amazing message, to improve health around the world. So with this I leave you, darlings, and I will keep you posted about the progress of the kimchi. I will finish the pot today, and it will go to ferment in the room temperature for a couple of days, and then in my glass room where it's around 0, depending on the outside temperature, for 30 days. After that, those who are around me, you can come and taste. Ciao, ciao!